Okay, login can be done through regular login with username password, or you can use the Facebook Connect, which makes it much faster. When you log in, you come into your wall. The wall is basically the same thing as Google Plus or Facebook, with a few differences. It has the ability for you to share in different places, comments, and so on and so forth. You can for LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on and so forth. So that's whether you're logged in or logged out, this works. So people can actually go ahead and post anything that they can see. If they're logged out, they can only post things that are public. But if you're logged in, you can post anything. This is different than the update. The update you post with your own ID. So you post to your own Facebook wall, your own Twitter account, and your own LinkedIn account. The other ones you post general. It posts into your account because you tell it what your account is. Here the system knows. So in sharing, I'm gonna go ahead and start posting. I'm gonna post a photo, and here I choose a photo from my location. I choose that one. Now I gotta tell it what location. That everything in this system has location attached to it, so that we know exactly where the photo was from. Here I'm just gonna put another location. I'm gonna choose Shanghai, China, which is where it was. That way the system knows exactly where it is. I can click OK and it closes it, but it's still there. Now I get to choose public or other or choose to move to something else. If I just leave public, everybody can see it, including people who are not logged in, but I can actually add other people to it. In this case, if it's public and has other people, it will send a notification that I mentioned this person to that person, but I still let everybody see it. If I remove the public, you notice that the Facebook and all that comes out. This is only a security measure in case that they wanted to not share it with everybody and they accidentally share to Facebook. The only way they can share to Facebook and all that if it's set to public. In this case, it will only share with this person on that person's wall. But I'm going to put back public so that the Facebook will come back in. There's also other options to make it everything private, completely private, to the list above, which will be for area only. So this is like sending a private message in Facebook, or private only to me, so that only I can see it. But I can remove the public, and now I can allow people to comment or and allow people to share it. If I remove this, people cannot comment on it. They can just see it. But I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to just leave it the way it is. And then I'm going to put Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I'm going to submit this. And there it is, and it tells you that it was shared in Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So you can see that it works very similar to the Facebook app, but it also shares with everything. It also tells you right here the date, how far away this post was from me, and since it was right here in my house, it's 0. But if it's from other places, like if I'm further away, it gives me, when someone else posts from very far away, it gives the miles. And this you can follow and get the map. And the map even tells you how to get there. It has all these things that you can click on to view the profile, for example. And there you are, viewing the profile of the person. Unfortunately, he's testing, so it was set to private, but you would normally be able to see his profile there. Okay. On the wall, we have network circles, which works just like Google Plus, and you can see how many people are in your circle. um, and there they are. You can change the circles, you can do all sorts of things just like before. This is a button for going back to your wall, so you always have access to your wall very quickly. um, Here the wall, you can love it, which is the same thing as like it, and it shows you how many people and who it is that likes it. In this case it's just me. I can delete it, obviously. I can add comments to it, just like in Facebook and Google Plus. Updates I already showed you. Check-ins, this is doing check-ins. This is the old way. We're going to be changing this, but it tells me what's around me and lets me choose from what's here, or I can insert manually. Again, this is something that we're working on. It will change to use the Google autocomplete to make it a little bit better. Okay, so I can do all that from here. Here are my notifications. This is group notifications. If I go here, it tells me who has posted. I have been accepted to a group that is locked up, that only people that have been accepted. And then if there's posts in the group, it will say it here. This is how many posts have been done on my wall by others. This is notifications like requests for meetings, and this is announcements from the administrator of the app, so we can actually send announcements to people and things of that nature. And obviously we can go see them and see what it is. This is a test one that I did for ACN, and here in the announcements you can even leave comments. Okay, and then post these comments. This is public and post to Facebook and all that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to post it, and there's a comment. And every comment every public comment can have these things added to them, so people seeing it that are not logged in can actually promote the system. Okay, back to now this is the menu system. So we're going to go into locations. Again, this is going to change a lot, but locations basically, if you want to find anything, you start looking over here, and right now they're working on this, so it's not working as expected, but you have these are all my locations, for example. I can go to it, and then here it has a photo for it. It has the weather. This is the Google Street View photo of my house, for example. And I can add photos, I can add video, I can view the location on the map. And obviously when I'm showing the location on the map, it shows me other things that are around me. I can go to it and oops, that's an error. But I can go to it from let's see if this is still no, okay. That's the way we're supposed to work. It tells you where it is. Obviously I'm at my house, so I'm 1 feet away, but you can get walking directions, same thing, and driving in bicycle directions, but again 1 foot is not going to give me very much. So this is how locations are. Locations will also have a lot more things added to it as soon as we get to it. In location, you can see my locations, friends locations, and things you have checked into, and oops, there's a error there. Okay, so anyway, that's locations for you. Then meetings, this is almost complete now. We just have to remove these two things, put it inside the appointment setting. These are meetings that I have. I have invited 2 people. I can go see who I invited. None of them have confirmed. I can do various things, edit or delete. I can also add a new meeting. And this, again, this is what we're working on, but we're going to have to add a little checkbox to make sure that this meeting is at a convention or a seminar. So we can eliminate those two tags, and instead of these two, we're going to replace it with one about travelers. So the traveler thing, I can meet travelers that are near me. These are going to be obviously travelers that are near me. Um, and and that's basically meetings. To get to trips, again, we're working on this. We can add a new trip. We just started this adding because we were waiting for the API that never showed up. So here we're adding trips, and we can go into the whole steps of the trips. Something interesting at the end, we already have a built-in naming and shortcut for putting in information about the trip. I'll show you right now. Okay, all these fields are autocomplete. For example, here MIA, and then the airport would be, well, actually I'm going from Michigan, so I would choose Michigan. Okay, I don't know what the airport really is, and then here MIA, and then we'll have Miami. Okay, we can put times so that they're not required. The airline, we have the autofill for the airline, American West Airline. For example, the flight number could be anything, confirmation number can be anything. We're going to catalog how people travel, what class, so we can do statistics on that. And they can add a cost, and then they continue to the next step, which would be adding a hotel, and then and this is what I wanted to show you. It automatically inserts a title for the actual trip description. Then it gives a short trip description and a long trip description, all built in. Of course, every trip can be private or just share with your friends or whatever you want to do. So everything has security built in. Okay, so now this is groups. This works exactly like LinkedIn Trips. The groups in different colors are the ones from the administrators. So these are groups that people would internal people would use to help others that are looking for information. They can find information and post it to them here. Groups can have obviously logos. You can have the members. You can go see what members they have. The discussions, what discussions they have. You can add a new group, obviously. You can see other groups. All these in different colors are the administrator groups. So you can tell they can have photos and all that. And if I've applied, it tells me that I'm waiting. And if it requires approval, it tells me that as well. So I still can't see the discussions here because I'm still waiting for it to be accepted. And then when you are part of a group, let me find one that has. When you are part of the group, you can start a new discussion. The discussion is pretty self-explanatory. It's just like adding a forum. So we're not going to go with that. And that's basically it. Group. This is a very complex thing. It's more complex than the one that LinkedIn has right now. Tools is something we're building on right now. Airlines shows you all the airlines, and you can add ratings for the airlines. And the ratings will be shown on there. See, this is I just rated this airline, and it tells me how many ratings I've done myself and how many ratings in total. Then it shows me the ratings here. My reviews, my friends is all the way over here. Okay, and then all reviews. That means everybody who's press reviews, you can see them here. The reviews have any text you have typed for a review, and also the ratings. There's a difference between ratings and reviews. Ratings are these stars, and reviews is something you write. So this is the airline. This eventually will have, we're adding tomorrow, photos, videos, so people can add anything about their favorite airlines, all the photos they taken while traveling with it, and stuff like that. This is pretty complete. All we need to add is the photos, and we're also going to have comments down here for people that don't just want to review; they just want to have some comment or some gripe or something nice to say that they don't want to add to a review. They can do it here. So this is airlines. Then receipts we're working on tomorrow. Currency converter. Basically, we can convert, let's just say 123. Right now, it automatically puts the 2 based on where you're at. Then if they know you're from the U.S., it puts this also based on what you are. So here I'm gonna just change to another one, and it's gonna give me a percentage, and then I can actually go ahead and change this, and it changes the percentage. It tells me it gives me a total with tip or without tip. I can change the tip to anything I want, and it changes and works with it. Okay, so that's currency. They get the currency for everything. And then weather, you would just type a zip code, for example, and then continue, and then it gives me the weather for that. Or I can type a name, and it gives me Shanghai. Okay, this is using a Google unofficial API. So sometimes it does this, but it sometimes gives it to you, sometimes it doesn't. There, it gave it to me this time. It's not something we can do about anything about it. Any other API costs money to do it, so we're using their unofficial one, which works fairly nice. Except it has this little snafus. This link is only for people who are traveling internationally. It just takes them to the Secretary of State site so they can actually enroll in the Smart Traveler program, so that if something happens abroad, that the United States knows to go rescue them. So those were tools. Now Contact Manager. This is a CRM. Basically, your contacts are here. You have a list of the contacts. You can see things about their contact, whether marital status and all that. And their address, and you can edit them, obviously. The neat thing about here, you can check what contacts are nearby, which of your contacts are near you, with miles and everything. You can just go see the map, and it tells you how far you're going and all that. Good stuff. You can view them all in the map, all of them put together. Obviously the map has to get a lot closer so you can see the separation, see? But we can do that as well. And then the neat part here is the routing. Oh, great. We were working on this yesterday, modifying for travelers. But anyway, I've shown this before. Basically, you arrange all all the places you're going to travel to, and it gives you the most efficient route to go there. And each part of the route, you get to document what happened and stuff like that. So that's the app in an overview. If you were starting from the beginning, you just logged in, you will end up here. You'll end up in your wall, and you can check all the comments from people that people have added to you, or your own comments. Okay, and then you go check your groups to see what happened with your groups. Obviously, if there was a notice of something, it will show the number of notices here. So you can tell we were testing a while back. It hasn't been tested yet because we're adding other things to it right now. And these notices will clear up once you touch them. So even if I didn't have a notice and I went here, I can see that I was accepted into a group, and I can go directly to it. Then from here, I might want to go see my contacts to see who I'm going to go visit, and then start a routing. Or see who's near, which of my contacts are nearby in case I have an opportunity to go visit with them. And contact them. I can also check my nearby. So no friends are by, but I have 12 contacts that are around, 4 others that are around, and then locations, what locations are around me, and of course I can see the map. Again, if I just zoom in, this starts differentiating itself. See, they're all in South Florida, so they're gonna, and there should be some up here somewhere. Anyway, that's the idea. And then so this is nearby. I can tell locations, friends, contacts, and others that are not friends that are still near me. This is almost the same thing as that contact thing that you said that you wanted to know who's near. This is it. Okay. So after this, I might want to go see about my meetings. What do I have meetings coming up? If someone confirmed or not. If they haven't, I will send them an email to see if they confirm. And then I can go check trips if I'm going to make a new trip. Then the trip will look something like this. But it will have a lot more. This is only partial of the trip. It tells you if you're traveling away, it tells you the currency, the weather. You can manage photos, you can do that, but there's a lot more to this that's still going to be built once the trip is fully completed. But this will be more or less the way the trip will look. And there will be a list of trips here. Of course, I can add a new trip. I already showed you that part. Then the tools, if I want to find out what the weather will be like in Fort Lauderdale, I can go to here and say Fort Lauderdale, Florida, continue, and there it gives me the weather over there if I'm going to travel over there. And this way I can keep changing here. Let's say Palm Beach, Florida, and go, and there it is. So I can tell anywhere I'm going to go what I'm going to do. Obviously, if I was going to travel outside the United States, and I might look into the currency. What's the deal with the currency? If I wanted to rate airlines, I just came back from a trip and I wanted to rate one. I just find it, because these are the ones I already have. Let's see. So Bar Harbor airline, and I can rate it, see how many have reviewed it. I haven't reviewed it either, so I can add it to it, add the airline to me. When I add an airline, I get to call it my favorite. That will show always top for me when doing returns. Once we start doing actual bookings, all favorite airlines will be listed at the top with the pricing and all that, so I can find them easily. I can put my frequent flyer code. I can add a ratings and reviews. I can do all that stuff. So I have the ability to plan my day, plan through the weather, plan through currency. Soon I'll be able to add receipts. I can check my airlines and rate them and check what other people are saying about them. Always gives me my location in my wall, and other people can also see it if I allow it, and I can always go see where my location is. Again, it gives me everything that's around me as well. Seminars and conventions, this is nothing special. This tells you what the seminar, what available seminars there are. It's going to be for 2013. This is something I did for us when we want to go to this one, so I added it. I can go see what it's all about if I have any information on it. And it tells me the Las Vegas and all that. We have to add the weather here. um, Gives me all the information about it. Because we're planning to go to this, so I added this, and there's comments that people can add and stuff like that. Same thing for seminars. I can check into it and leave them information on it once I check in, so people know. You can view it on the map always, of course. It gives you the routing to it as well. Then that's basically it. You can view the history of all the conventions and seminars that they've been, even the ones that are sponsored by the app itself. So we can have things sponsored by ourselves, like cruises and stuff like that, to get our people to mingle even more and give them extra points and so on. And then the MC Central, this is basically news and announcements, seminars, conventions, ways for people to contact us about us, and then this is our groups. So you can always easily stay in contact with the app managers, which would in this case would be us. And that's basically the overview and all the things you can do and some of the things you'll be able to do later.